Hello and welcome to another episode of the Lincoln Commission on Human Rights show. My name is Francisca Beltram and I am a community outreach coordinator for the City of Lincoln. Our office investigates allegations of discrimination for employment, housing, and public accommodations. Our office also provides training and education for civil rights laws and relevant topics. So thank you for being with us again at the LCHR show. We have a wonderful guest today. We will be learning a little bit more about Urban Development Office here in the City of Lincoln. So I'd like to welcome Lauren. Hello, Lauren. How are you?
Hello, Francisca. It's my pleasure to be here. It's always good to see you and catch up with you.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here today. We've been working on a series about housing and what resources are out there for the community. And so I'm excited to hear about what urban development has and what you have to offer to the community. So can you please describe for our community members what is urban development and what exactly you do?
Oh, it will be my pleasure. Well, first, my name is Lauren Roberts, and I have had the pleasure to work with Urban Development Department for a little bit over 7 years. I'm a housing rehabilitation specialist with the Urban Development Department, and I'm happy to say that it's a wonderful department that we do a lot of things with our community, different programs. So I will be mainly talking about our livable neighborhoods and specifically about our housing rehabilitation programs. But basically what the City of Lincoln Urban Development Department does or is in charge of, it is managing the federally grant that we receive from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Community Development Block Grant program. And then we manage that through 3 different divisions that we have within our department. One is economic opportunity, the other one is livable neighborhoods, which is the one that we belong to. And then the other one is the administration, making sure that we meet all the requirements federally and all that good stuff. So another big part of our mission or our mission is just to provide safe and affordable housing for all the members of the City of Lincoln and provide a comforting and a good environment for our homeowners here in the City of Lincoln. And our main goal basically is providing for current homeowners decent and safe housing and also a sustainable housing. How do we do that? We do it through having accessibility, affordability, availability, and also sustainability in our existing homes. How we do it? We do it through 3 different programs or a couple more programs that we manage within our division. And we can go over the programs a little bit more. Basically, these programs are designed to assist low to moderate income families that they find themselves in a very emergency situation or urgent situation where they have to fix some kind of expensive or extensive repair at their house and they don't have the means. So Urban Development Department, through our housing rehabilitation programs, we provide 0% interest loan rates to people that qualify, and then they could take care of those emergencies. What would qualify as emergencies in that matter? There are things that they are extremely expensive that we cannot afford just with our regular salaries or our regular wages. So it could be from a leaky roof that needs a brand new roof and then maybe a new gutter system. We also find foundations that they're caving in, and then they need to be replaced. Sewer and also water systems, or new water lines for sewers and water systems. The other one is in Nebraska, we experience pretty challenging weather. It could be either the heat or the cold. So surviving without an AC in the summer, or surviving without a furnace during the colder weathers, it could be a really threatened for the health and safety of an elderly person that lives on a fixed income, that doesn't have any way to replace a unit like that. So the same with the AC. If it's 110 degrees outside, what do you do without cold air? So and then we go on also addressing plumbing issues, electrical issues, or anything that has to do with the health and safety of your property, making sure that all those homeowners are safe in at their house.
Wow. That's a lot of what urban development does, which is great for the community, especially, like you said, for families who are low to moderate income level, right? And so that's good to know. So specifically, aside from the programs that you offer, I guess, how do people go about finding the programs that fit to what their needs are, and how do they apply for it?
Okay, so all our loans are 0% interest loans. They have to qualify based on income. They have to be owner occupied, so the homeowner that applies has to live in their household.
Okay.
And then they also have to be within the city limits, so the property has to be located in the city of Lincoln. And then they need to submit an application, and then they need to submit certain income verification, also their tax return if they file their tax return, and also like some kind of proof that they are paying for their mortgage, either a mortgage statement or their homeowner's insurance policy, also to make sure that they are insured. And then they go through a different process. So, but the best way to do it is if they reach out to us, the best way to go is lincoln.ne.gov, and then just on the search box type urban development, and then you will find the housing programs. And then you will be able to get to our application, and it has all the different requirements and all the different documentation that they need to apply. Also, they can also call our agency if it's easier, if they don't have any way to reach out to us via email. They can call our phone number, and we will be more than glad to assist them with. Our phone number for the housing programs is 402-441-7864.
Very good. So if they have any questions or are not able to get through the application process online, then they can contact Urban Development.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Directly, okay.
Definitely. They're always welcome to call us. If they don't have a way to print the application, we can mail it, or they can come into our office and we can help them to fill out the application. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What are currently your office hours for Urban Development?
We are located in the City County Building, 555 South 10th Street. We're located on the second floor, and our suite number is 205. And then we are open from 8 to 4:30. And if they happen to come a little bit later, we also have a drop-off box for people if they want to drop off their application.
Very good.
Yeah.
You talked about income guidelines. So tell me, explain to me a little bit about the income guidelines. Do you follow the federal income guidelines, or do you have something different?
Okay, every program has a little bit of a different income guidelines. So we have about 5 programs right now currently. The emergency repair program is designed for like truly urgent needs that you need to address at that
Like
point.
if the water main broke.
Yes.
Okay.
Or the water heater burst and your house is flooded with water. So that is for homeowners that they are under the 50% of the Lincoln median income. And then just to give you an idea, for a household who has just one member in their household, to be under the 50% is $31,750.
Okay.
And then for a family of four is $45,300. And we have our chart on our website or on our application, so they will be able to do it. We have another type of loan, which is either the direct or the deferred loan. And that one is more suitable for really expensive and extensive repairs. Let's say that the house was tagged maybe for health or sanitary issues, or maybe for any inadequate maintenance in the siding or on the roof or on the porch, or something is failing in the house. So that one is for anybody that qualifies under the 80% of the Lincoln median income, and those guidelines obviously go a little bit higher. So for a household of one, it's $50,750.
Okay.
And for a family of four, it's $72,500. All our loans are 0% interest rate, and then normally some of them are deferred. So that means that if that homeowner is under 50% of the Lincoln median income and he or she doesn't have the means, lives on a fixed income and is not able to pay anything, so they are deferred for life. In life, we call it until they no longer live at the property. If that elderly folk passed away, or if they are ready to move out of the house and they are ready to sell it, then their loan will become due and they will have to pay us back the amount that they borrow.
Okay, very well. So making sure that people understand that, right? That once they are no longer occupying the home, or for whatever reason that they leave the home, that is a loan that will have to be paid.
Yes, yes. All our loans are 0% interest loan, but there's a lien attached to the property. So when they no longer occupy the property, that loan will become due. With the exception of two wonderful grants that we have the lead-based paint grant that addresses all the lead-based paint hazards in the households. So if we go into a house and then we find that there's lead, then there's going to be some type of remediation activity for that. And then my favorite one that is we're just getting wrapped up, and then we got more funding, is our at-risk tree removal and replanting grant program. So we would help homeowners that they have a tree that is potentially dangerous, dead, dying, or simply an ash tree that needs to be removed, even if it's healthy, but at the end it might potentially die. We help them to remove it at no cost. That one is a grant. That one they don't have to pay it back. So we are we just wrapped up our first round of our at-risk tree removal and replanting program. We exhausted all the funding that we had for that one, and then we are getting a second round of funding. This particular grant will only address ash trees, but I think we have enough ash trees that they have been affected in Lincoln that we could help them with the removal of that.
That is great
tree.
to know, because I know a lot of people are having issues with the ash borer, which is the beetle that eats the tree.
Yes.
So that is exciting to know. Is there also an income guideline for that grant?
Yeah, and we're using the same income guidelines. So as long as you make under 80% of the Lincoln median income, you would qualify. There's a couple of requirements. You have to own the property or be paying a mortgage on your property, and then you have to present your tax return or some type of income verification. But yeah, it's totally a grant program, so it's wonderful. It's a good way to take care of those dangerous trees, especially that we are gearing up to the wintry season when there's blizzards and winter storms and all that stuff. And it's extremely expensive to remove a tree, or either dying or just in the process of dying. It's really expensive, and it's something that as a homeowner you don't have the money, or you don't have and even if you have the savings, it's not fun money to spend in. It's not like you're not getting a new furnace or a new AC. It's just like you are getting rid of a tree. And there's a fun part of that grant. It involves a replanting piece of the program. So we will donate a tree that it will be planted either in the fall or in the spring to replace that tree that we removed. So we are not getting rid of all those trees and then just leaving the city without any type of trees. We're replanting some new trees just to replenish, and then making sure that we are environmentally responsible and environmentally friendly.
That is great to know, because it's true, once you take that tree, and it's not fun having to remove a tree, it's expensive, it's time consuming, but then the idea that the city is willing to donate a tree to replenish those trees that are being taken down, so Lincoln won't be bare. It'll still have the trees.
And I have to give credit to our Nebraska Forest Service, and then also our Lincoln Community Foundation, that they were the ones that they donated these funds to make this grant possible. So,
That is exciting news.
Yes.
If you, let's see, well, first of all, I was going to ask, do you have additional languages that you serve?
Yes, definitely. Thankfully, like if you ever are in need, or if you are a Spanish speaker that would like to apply and then you don't feel very comfortable with all the language and all that stuff, myself, I will be very happy to work with you in any of the areas from our department. My first language is Spanish, and then I'll be happy to assist with. And we may have availability for any other languages, Vietnamese, Arabic, or any other languages that they will be needed. We have brochures in 4 languages: English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And then interpretation services, we can actually assist anybody with any language that they would need.
That's wonderful. So equal access to several people with different languages.
Yes,
That's awesome to
and
know.
we want to
Thank
serve everybody in our community. So, every zip code and everywhere we want to assist, we'll be happy to.
Thank you. Lauren, thank you so much. That is wonderful information. We will put at the end of the program the website.
Okay.
Where we can, where people can access some of these programs. A phone number if anybody has questions, right?
Yes.
If they need to get a hold of you or anybody else, and hours of the office. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time, because I think a lot of people really don't know that this is the programs are accessible to anybody in our community. And so this was a great way to do that. Oh,
thank you. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to share a little bit more about what we do in our programs. And then, definitely reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to work with you. And if you qualify, man, that's what we're here for. So
thank you so much, Lauren. And so with that, we will have that information at the end. And so I'd like to tell you that please be open to going on the website, find that information. So thank you again to Urban Development and to Lauren for being here today. And with that, just wanted to let you know, we all have rights.